Hello, welcome to When the Smoke Clears. I am the Recovery Plug. What's happening, everybody? Hope everybody's having a good day. I know that I am. My day's going pretty good. You know, it's another day sober, another day in recovery, another day in the world of positivity, spirituality, and yeah, so it's going great. But I guess before we get started, man, I would like to please have a moment of silence followed by the serenity prayer for the addict who still suffers. So if you would, moment of silence, please. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, the wisdom to know the difference. All right. Well, let's get to it. How's it going? It's going good. I guess I wanted to. The topic I wanted to choose today is habits, and that's either kicking habits, forming habits, and how habits are involved in your daily life. They're part of you. Reaching your goals, part of you, part of you not reaching your goals. You know, it could be, habits could be obstacles. Habits could keep you stagnant in your life, and they can keep you from reaching your goals, but they also can, you can attain your goals through habits. And it all has to do with what kind of habits you have, and whether you're willing to change negative habits for positive habits. And it's, you know, in my personal journey, I know that, you know, I had many habits that were, you know, negative habits. And those types of habits, you know, wound up veering my life into a life of addiction. And, you know, and I've also had habits that have veered my life out of addiction. And I know from personal experience that if you take inventory of your habits, you know, sit down, journal them, think about them out loud, and review. You know, review the habits that you have. And put them down on a journal and categorize them. Bad habits, good habits. And then ask yourself, are these habits helping me move forward in attaining my goals, helping me move forward in a better life, a better lifestyle, a better person? And then when you do stuff like that, you kind of dissect your habits in a sense, and then you can pick and choose. And that's the beauty of it, is that we have the free will to pick and choose which of those habits we can eliminate and replace with good habits. And you'll find that when you do that, your life starts progressing in a healthier way, in a more positive way. You will see that you will start accomplishing more goals. And if you micromanage those habits, you'll see that you'll start, you know, approaching these small goals and attaining them. And, you know, when you do that on a consistent basis, you start you're forming habits that are bettering your life, and you'll start noticing the change. You'll start noticing the change in yourself, in your mentality, in your health, in the actions that you do. You'll see that your life starts getting better, and you start becoming this happier person, this more spiritual person, this person who wants to help, who wants better for themselves, and that will reflect. It's a domino effect, and it reflects on anything that you come in contact with. You know what I mean? Your family will start seeing it. Your coworkers will start seeing it. You personally will start feeling better. And, you know, I was looking at a journal, this journal right here, that I started. This is a journal that I used to when I went into my third rehab center, and I was reading some of the notes that I put in here, and you know, in at that particular treatment center, we had to recite we had to do morning affirmations. And if you don't know what an affirmation is, it's just something that you say out loud positively that will better your life. You know, so you're basically patting yourself on the back or putting a goal for the day. You know what I mean? And it's just, you know, as human beings, we always want this affirmation. We always want this feeling of acceptance, a feeling that you matter. And that creates this mentality that moves forward in a positive way. So that's why affirmations we did affirmations every single morning, so that your day starts on that positive note. So, you know, I was reading, you know, the very first thing that I read in my first day that I was there, I wrote down that I am here for my meth addiction, and to be honest with you, I'm just here because I had to come here after being incarcerated, and right now I can be honest with you in this, I don't feel like stopping. I don't want to stop using drugs. That's just how I feel right now. To be honest with you, if I left today, I know that I would go use, and that's what I wrote down. And you know, at the you know, kind of there at the end, I'll let me see. Let me just pick it, because I started in March the 22nd of that year, and on my 77th day, which is, you know, I started in March, and this is August, so that's how long I had been there. And the progression is my name is Joel, and I'm here for my meth addiction. My positive morning affirmation for today is my brothers here is my affirmation for today is my brothers here at I hope that we are that I don't even know what I wrote. So today, if you want to stay that way, you just do what you wish. Oh, okay, it says my affirmation for today is for my brothers here at that we are sober today. If you want to stay that way, just do what you did yesterday, and you will remain in that peace. And I will work on my inner self to improve my recovery in life. And you know, and when I'm reading that, I'm saying that I'm glad that we're all sober, that we're here in this place, and that if we do what we did yesterday, then we'll be sober today. And so I break that down, and I can see that I'm caring about somebody else, not just myself. I'm including all my brothers in addiction there at that place, and I'm saying this out loud when I was there. You know, you have to recite these out loud. So I'm letting people know that, hey man, you know what? I care for you. I care about your sobriety, and I hope that if you do what you did yesterday, if you do that today, you'll be sober again tomorrow. You know what I mean? So I think that positive mind, it just, you could hear the positive mindset and the transformation of doing an affirmation every single day. And because, you know, the very first affirmation that I wrote down, I was like, I don't want to be here. I still want to use. If I leave today, I'm using. And I'm being honest. but to have that transformation, that's March, April, May, June, July, August. That's like 6 months almost, and so it's kind of cool to see that whole the change. And if you do make it a habit and you do it consistently on a daily basis, your mindset, your brain will transform its thinking process. And I believe that it's that anybody could do it. You know what I mean? And for me to be able to do that was just amazing, I thought. But I mean, obviously it was in a structured environment, but I still practice it today. You know what I mean? So because I practice it and because I repetitively do those types of things, I stay in the realm of sobriety, the realm of positivity, of spirituality. And, I also, noticed that I also logged down things that I was doing physically. And let me see, where's that? If you give me just a second, I'm going to take this out and I'm going to share that with you guys. Okay, because I wrote down my exercise habits that I was doing while I was there, and I was I got down that you get these classes. Like on we'll just pick a random day here, and on this day I wrote down that what I did as far as my exercise goes, and on this particular day I wrote down that I did 1,000 reps on this particular day. This is like my 79th day there, and on my 46th day, for example, I was only doing 200 reps. So I progressively, because I was doing it on a daily basis, I made it a point to make those goals, you know what I mean? And because I did it every single day, and I started realizing the better I felt, and the more energy I had, and my frame of mind was just more positive. I was looking at life a whole lot better than when I first got there. And the more I did the exercises, they started increasing, and I started setting more goals, and I started accomplishing those goals in my workout. So I thought it was great that I was able to do that and being able to recognize it. So I guess my encouraging words for this episode in habit forming is being consistent, being disciplined, and doing things on a repetitive basis, and replacing bad habits with positive ones, even if they're just really minute. Like a bad habit could be that you're spending too much time on your phone. I'm watching too many videos, and I'm not getting to bed until midnight. So I'm waking up, I feel sluggish. So, refrain from doing that. Put your phone away, for a little bit earlier for that day, and don't watch those videos. Make it a habit to do that every day, and you'll see that you'll start getting up earlier, and you'll start feeling better when you wake up. So then when you do that, add a habit. Say that well, since I'm getting up early, I'm gonna make it a point to go outside and, walk a mile. Maybe around the neighborhood a couple of times, or if you're, if like when I was over at Crosspoint, I would go out and walk laps. So I was like, okay, since I'm getting up early now, I'm gonna use that time and go meditate and walk about 4 or 5 laps around the track. And you'll feel that healthy lifestyle will start, making your life a whole lot better. You'll start, it just makes things easier, I feel, and it keeps your mindset in this positive mode, and you'll see that the bad habits will start fading away. You know what I mean? And I think it's a good thing. I've learned to do that here of late a little bit better and better, and man, I'm just getting back to the person that I was once before I was in the addiction, because I used to be this, one of my things was that I've always watched what I ate, and I did a lot of exercising, and I'm not as young as I used to be when I was at the peak of my being in shape or whatever, but I'm getting back, you know what I mean? I'm getting back to that point, and it's motivating me to do other, things, and involving other positive and healthy habits. So I'm grateful that I'm not in that dark realm of addiction anymore, and I'm grateful that I'm able to, be consistent and disciplined, and to keep positive things going, and doing these video podcasts has been very, very helpful for me, because it's part of my therapy. So it's one of the positive things that I'm doing in my journey this time around, and doing these videos is really helping me, feel better and have something to look forward to, and it's just therapeutic for me, and I love helping and sharing my stories, so that maybe it would help somebody else. You know what I mean? I feel good about that, and I hope that today's episode has helped somebody and encouraged somebody, and I guess that's going to be it for today's video podcast, and I guess until the next time, if you would please, before I let you go, please give me a comment, give me a thumbs up, hit the like button, and please subscribe to my channel. All you got to do is tap that little button there, the subscribe button, and just know when you tap that subscribe button, bam, it don't cost you a thing, and know that when you do tap that subscribe button, you'll be helping out another veteran like myself, another person that's dealing with homelessness, drug addiction, PTSD, childhood traumatic experience, drug addiction, depression, suicidal thoughts, all of those things, because I've dealt with all of those things at one point in time in my life, and I'm just here sharing and hoping that I can help another person like that. And so again, I guess until the next time, on When the Smoke Clears, I am the Recovery Plug.